Having analyzed the results of our activities for the past year, the management of our company decided to conduct an advertising campaign. As part of our marketing strategy, we plan to produce our popular product, ointment for joints in aluminum tubes. Aluminum tubes are a type of pharmaceutical packaging, which is used for dosed packaging of creams and ointments. Once sealed, it is a reliable container for the storage and use of cosmetic and medicinal products. The main criteria of my search were automated dosage of cream, in which a plastic consistency is dispensed into individual containers. Overall dimensions of the equipment should not exceed 4 m. The machine was planned to be placed in the assembly shop, where now there is a permanent stationary equipment, which operates at full capacity. If the ointment becomes popular with customers, we wanted to organize a separate area for the equipment and increase the number of tubes produced with our product. An important condition was to ensure a capacity of not less than 120 tubes per hour, with the possibility of increasing it later. To produce the ointment, we plan to use aluminum tubes of 50 milliliters. As a technologist, I understand that at all stages of production, it is important to comply with the requirements for medicinal products, moisture level, hardness and viscosity parameters of the ointment. In pharmaceutical production, it is necessary to carry out analytical quality control of raw materials and finished products. To produce an effective ointment that meets the requirements of hygiene services, we must use quality equipment. Therefore, I approached the issue of choosing a machine for filling tubes with all seriousness. I began the difficult task with the most popular method, a search on the internet. On the recommendation of colleagues, the first thing I did was to look for European manufacturers. By myself, I chose 2 companies, one in Italy and one in the Netherlands. After sending a request to their email, 3 days later I received a reply from the Italian company, which said that they could not deliver equipment due to the suspension of its production. The company from the Netherlands wrote in the email that they do not work with CIS countries. The first step did not turn out to be a good one for me. I understood that there are no hopeless situations, so I continued looking for a solution. I found similar equipment for filling tubes from 3 Chinese manufacturers. I contacted them by telephone. Managers of my chosen companies didn't answer me. Can their machine fill and seal tubes at 120 tubes per hour? Are aluminum tubes compatible with equipment elements? When can I get a ready machine? To all of these questions I heard the phrase, "We'll do it." One company started talking to me in Chinese, and I ended the conversation. In the end, I came to the conclusion that I would not be able to choose equipment for filling tubes on my own, and decided to turn to a specialist. I needed a professional who would give complete information about the machine, its capabilities, to test on the equipment tube with our ointment, talk about the terms of delivery. It was originally decided not to consider Chinese intermediaries, since Chinese manufacturers often have their own direct representatives. I did not want to go through this stage all over again, so I decided to turn to Russian intermediaries for help. I made the choice of a specialist, based on the following criteria: long period of work in the market of pharmaceutical equipment sales, positive customer feedback, the availability of information on the company's website, and convenient terms of delivery of the machine. According to these parameters, I selected 4 companies. Having sent all my requests by an email, I still have not received a response from 2 of them. One company from Samara warned me that they do not have their own adjuster, and that all installation work must be done by myself. This option did not suit me. Only one manager from Moscow was able to quickly give me competent and constructive answers to my questions. I also liked the business-like approach of this specialist. The manager of this company was polite, asked a lot of clarifying questions about the characteristics of the ointment, the required capacity of the equipment, what types of dosage are necessary. After a preliminary telephone consultation, the specialist suggested an automatic machine for filling and sealing aluminum tubes, the overall dimensions of which were 3.5 cubic meters with a desired 4 cubic meters, with different types of dosage from 3 to 100 milliliters, from 10 to 120 milliliters, and other options. I coordinated this option with the management of our company, and we signed a contract for the supply of an automatic machine for filling and sealing aluminum tubes. During the whole period of manufacturing, I received an email report about the readiness of my order. When the tube filling machine was made, the manager sent a video of the equipment. Empty aluminum cups on a metal tray go to a rotating table in special holes. The process of dosing the ointment and receiving the finished product is automatic. The free edge of the filled cups is then pressed with a special device, which ensures the tightness of the aluminum tube. The machine was delivered within the time specified in the contract. Within 2 weeks of receiving the equipment, we were able to install it, set it up, and train the worker. The equipment is made of stainless steel. The work area is protected by plastic shields to exclude external influences. I was satisfied with the aluminum tube dispensing equipment supplied. Perhaps I would not have gotten such an excellent result in such a short time, had I gone through the process of selecting the equipment myself. Experience has shown that the decision to seek professional help was the right one. It is better to devote time to your classes and your main occupation than to try to solve an uncharacteristic task yourself, so as not to completely fail the task.